It's been 84 years since Cyberpunk 2077 was announced. The year is almost 2077 and the game is still not out. But today, on the day that Cyberpunk was supposed to release for the second time, we're finally seeing some new gameplay. We're gonna hear about Johnny Silverhand some more. And we're just gonna get some sneak peeks of the game. So welcome everyone. I hope that you guys are doing good. During the live stream, we are watching Night City Wire Episode 5 for Cyberpunk 2077. We're supposed to see possibly some gameplay. We're supposed to hear more about Johnny Silverhands. Who knows what else we're actually going to see, what other news we're going to get for the game, but those are at least the things that we've heard about right now that we are supposed to see during this live stream. So welcome everyone! I hope that you all are doing good. It is almost time. Today was the day that Cyberpunk was supposed to release for the second time. I know that we're all feeling a little bit sad. We're all drinking that depresso espresso right now, but don't worry guys, we'll get the game soon, I hope. TM. And in 12 minutes exactly we are going to be watching the event live. I'm just going to be hanging out with you guys, reacting to it live like I have done with all of the other Night City Wire events. As you guys know, I'm extremely excited for Cyberpunk 2077 to finally release. I've been looking forward to it. When Cyberpunk launches, day one, I will be live streaming it here on the channel. I'm so excited to be able to finally dive into the game, get a good feel as to what it has to offer. I do really like CD Projekt Red as a company, which is another reason why I'm extremely excited for Cyberpunk. But yeah, we're going to be watching the Night City Wire event today, just hang out for a little while. Usually these events range from 20 minutes to 45 minutes. The last one was 20 minutes, the one before that was 25 minutes, and then the other ones were 45 minutes and a half hour. So I'm hoping that this one will be a little bit longer than 20 minutes, just because I really want to see a bunch of gameplay, just a bunch of spoilers, you know. This was supposed to be a very special day for a lot of people, and it still is, because they have a Night City Wire event, which is super cool if you're excited for the game. But yeah, I don't know, besides the few things that they've hinted towards, I don't necessarily know what else we're going to see during this event, but I hope it's going to be a good event. I hope it's going to be decent. At least they've shown us the most gameplay of a non-released game ever. True! Oh, Grim, you're so true. I do agree with one of you guys in chat. I think that CD Projekt Red should have stopped giving dates the last delay. So after they delayed it from November, from today, RIP, I think that they shouldn't have given a release date, and they should have just said, we're gonna tell you guys a month before. And I know that they only delayed it by like 20 days, was it? 20 days? But I still think that they are going to need more time. I still have a bet with you guys that they're gonna delay Cyberpunk one more time. I suppose we'll have to see if that happens, but I do think it's gonna happen. We'll see though. I cannot wait for this game to release. I am super excited for it. Whatever year this game releases, even if it's in 2077, it'll probably be the best game of the year for me. I'm hoping. I think hopes have lessened. Oh yeah, definitely. I do definitely think that people have been pretty disappointed with all of these delays, and just kind of getting excited for the game to release and then having it not release. So I definitely think that there is also a lot of disappointment. The hope has lessened a little bit, but I'm still very confident in CD Projekt Red's ability. I'm still extremely confident in the team behind Cyberpunk's ability to get this game done. And when it comes out, I think that it's going to be very good. Not sponsored. CD Projekt Red, please sponsor me. Guys, everyone, go and tag Cyberpunk and the developers. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but Cyberpunk, hit me up. Vera's first mistake of the year, what, playing Cyberpunk? Imagine if they push it to next year and we have the double of wires, huh? Well, I think I had speculated, so last time I was correct. I said I think Cyberpunk's going to be delayed, and it was delayed, but I'm also making the bet that it's going to be delayed again. Can you imagine Cyberpunk 2077 on a PS5? I'm personally not purchasing Cyberpunk 2077 on a PS5. I am purchasing, well, I have it pre-ordered already, both of them. I have Cyberpunk 2077 pre-ordered on GOG, which is CD Projekt Red's storefront. I have Cyberpunk 2077 pre-ordered on PC, and I also have it pre-ordered on Xbox Series X. So, good for me. I've already purchased it twice. Now, can the game release finally, okay? I'm a woman that's purchased it twice. Can I just get my game? Can we get a demo or something? I'd be cool with just a demo. I don't know, 5 minutes of the game as a demo? Play it for 5 hours? I don't know. I'd be happy with that. It looks like CD Projekt Red has spent more time optimizing the game for Xbox than PlayStation 5. That is true, Grim. We have kind of seen that they've gone in the direction of optimizing it more for the Xbox than the PlayStation 5, which is interesting. Can you imagine Cyberpunk 2077 on a Stadia? Honestly, guys, I'm tempted to buy Stadia just to try Cyberpunk 2077. Well, I know that it's not by Stadia because it's not a console, but you have to get the Chromecast and the controller, which is like $70. I'm personally kind of, I'll be honest, I'm not going to do it, but I'm kind of tempted to try Cyberpunk on Stadia. Also, people are saying COD Black Ops Cold War was terrible too. I've live streamed Cold War a couple of times. I think it's a pretty damn good game. I think Cold War is actually a pretty damn good game, and I'll probably stream it again this weekend. It's decent. I have not hated it at all. Hoping for a good one to get me hyped. Hoping my 980 Ti will run it just fine until a good RTX is in stock. I don't know. System requirements. What's the low end? The low end is okay. So you should be fine for minimum requirements. Yeah. A GTX 780 3 gig or an AMD Radeon RX 470, but recommended is a 1060. 1060s aren't that much though, to be honest. You could probably pick up a, I mean, would you really want to spend money on one? Probably not, especially if you're waiting for a 3080. I mean, 1060s only seem to be like you can get them for $150, so that's not that bad if you really needed an upgrade. Well, right, I mean, a 980 Ti, it is above minimum requirements, but not by much, so it's probably not going to run it well. It will run it, it's saying, just not well. Hey everyone, what did I miss? Oh, it didn't start. No, it starts in 5 minutes. We are 5 minutes away from the Night City Wire episode 5 event, so we just have to wait a couple more minutes. They can keep delaying the game until, you know, I actually kind of agree. Can we just delay Cyberpunk until we all have like 30s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever, whichever one you want. And until the new ones come out, because there's rumors that the 3080 like Ti variant and the 3090 Ti variant are coming out soon. Everyone is having a better year than Disney. True. I mean, all of these companies are having great years because new consoles are launching. When new consoles launch, that year is just, it's a win for them. Even if their consoles don't do amazing, it's a win for them. Alright guys, 4 minutes away. I am excited to see what this event has in store for us. I hope it's going to be something good. I hope it's not going to be bad. I don't think it will be bad though. Most of these events have been pretty good. I'll be honest, most of them have been pretty good. Maybe the last one wasn't as good just because it was so short. It was 20 minutes. But, I mean, I still had fun watching. Hi everyone, how you doing, chat? I hope you're Your afternoon's going good, guys. I've been losing my hype on and off. I'm waiting for the release to pass judgment. I'm afraid CD Projekt Red will lose their edge and listen too much to Twitter mobs. I don't think so. They haven't cared so far. Yeah, I think that this game's going to be good. Obviously, there are people out there who are skeptical and who are worried about it, which rightfully so. I think that it's perfectly fine to be skeptical and not put all your eggs into one basket and, you know, put 1,000 hours aside for this game because you don't know if you like it or not. But from what we've seen so far, I think it seems pretty decent. I've enjoyed seeing the gameplay so far. Obviously, we're supposed to see more today. Yesterday, they showed off the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 gameplay a little bit. It wasn't too long, but they did show a little bit of it for each console. Looked great on both. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This game has the potential to be way up my alley, though. True. Even if you are a little bit skeptical, I think that's fine. But, you know, also don't count it out. Don't count it out. Yet, at least. I am definitely someone who tries to judge games based on actually playing it instead of watching it. I'm definitely going to be streaming it day one here. So if you're skeptical about it, you don't know if you want to purchase it yet, just make sure to stop by release day. I'll be starting a playthrough. Delay punk? Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Okay, I'm going to switch over from the trailer music and go to Twitch's music. I'm watching the stream via Twitch. There's 100,000 people in there. It should be loud enough. I'll turn my desktop audio up a little bit, though. How's that, guys? Can you hear the ambient music? Whoa, did you hear the beep? A delayed game is eventually good. A bad game is bad forever. I agree with that, Casa. I agree with that. I think that it is better ultimately to delay a game than rush it out and have it be something like Anthem and have it be really bad. I do think, though, that there is a point where if you're giving people release dates, you need to put out the product. And that's why I said that CD Projekt Red shouldn't have given us another release date. I think they just should have said, we need a little bit more time with the game. It's not going to be a huge amount of time like the last delay, but we need a little bit longer, and they should have taken like 2 months just to make sure that they had the game. But I know that they wanted to release them this year because of the new consoles, which unfortunately that's what they've come up against, is that crunch, because they're crunching right now so that these games will release on the Series X and the PlayStation 5 relatively in the same time frame as launch, the launch of the consoles, because it was originally supposed to release today and the consoles came out last week. So they've kind of been crunching to try to get the games out for the release of the consoles. So, you know, that's not up to the developers, that's up to the higher ups at the company who want that sweet, sweet money and see, hey, new consoles, we could release our game on them around release day and make a shit ton of money. So, you know, unfortunately, that's not up to the developers. But all right, you guys, we are 35 seconds away from Night City Wire Episode 5. We're supposed to see gameplay. Hopefully, we're supposed to see some information about Johnny Silverhand, aka Keanu Reeves, and I don't know what else we'll see for this episode. I don't know how long it will be. Usually, they're 20 to 45 minutes, so I'm assuming it'll be somewhere in that time frame. And let's see what Cyberpunk 2077 has to offer today on the day it was supposed to release. Surprise release! No, I don't think so. They wouldn't do that, but honestly, they should. Just release it. Release a demo. Come on. Do something. Alright. We're here. How's the volume? Is it too loud compared to my voice? Please tell me in chat. Alright. It's time. I'm gonna move my face over here.
Hello and welcome to Night City Wire Episode 5. The show from us at CD Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. Now we're going to start today's episode with a new trailer that will take a closer look at Johnny Silverhand.
Yes.
Before we go behind the scenes with Keanu Reeves and have a chat to English adaptation director Boris, who will tell us exactly what it was like to work with him.
I bet it was crazy.
Then we'll be exploring the original score and talking about some of the radio stations you might listen to while driving around Night City. Before we take a look at the Jolly technology, which is powering facial animation in Cyberpunk, and unveil a new My Reward scheme, which anyone can take part in, no matter which platform you'll be playing Cyberpunk on. We'll then wrap up today's episode with a brand new gameplay trailer. It's a busy episode, and it will be our final episode of Night City Wire.
This is the final
game
one.
Launches on December 10th.
Woo!
So let's get going.
That is a good sign. That's a good sign, because they haven't said for the last ones it's the final one. It's the final one.
Where'd you even come from? How are we even talking? Gotta get out of here, understand? And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way.
You weren't dreaming, V.
All right.
Those are memories.
Good
You
sign.
two are connected in a way I can't make head or tail of.
Who? Me and who, Vic?
Silverhand. Johnny Silverhand.
Hey,
Real
Johnny.
talk of the town back in my day.
He died like forever ago.
Okay.
You need to say there's an actual terrorist in my head. Right now.
He burned down half the city just to prove he was right.
True.
And burned the other half just for fun.
What do you want from me? Destroy Arasaka.
Damn.
I don't even know what that means. Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
He already tried to take over your body. You know, just for a little while.
Just for a
Hear
little
me,
while.
asshole? A bullet to the fucking brain. Get out! Just get the fuck out!
Oh shit! This looks awesome.
How to get rid of it.
You don't have much time left.
Ooh. Okay. That
You're a
was
dick,
cool.
you know? And you're a cunt. Maybe we'll fit together after all.
Okay. Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Sometimes we like to share
Alright.
things with you, and other times we like to keep secrets, and it can be worth
Okay.
it for that big reveal. Pretty sure nobody was expecting to see Keanu Reeves on stage at E3 2019.
True.
So let's go behind the
True.
scenes to see how Keanu Reeves brought rocker boy Johnny Silverhand to life. You could say it's breathtaking.
Cyberpunk 2077, Johnny Silverhand.
I like
I've had
Keanu
the
Reeves.
opportunity to do voiceover a few times. I'd worked on a cartoon. I had done some documentaries. I'd never
He's
done
done a
this
lot.
much.
You know you don't gotta speak out loud to talk to me. And I've processed some shit. Changed my mind. Don't want you dead anymore.
You know, and got to play a character in so many kind of different
excited
ways
to see him in
because
the
of
game.
different paths or threads or choices. So you almost get to play one moment, say you have a decision
Would you take a bullet for me?
with 3 different behavioral attitudes. So that was fun. You know, Johnny's either a dick, or he's happy, or he's trying to convince.
Know why? Because you've always been a fucking pussy, Carrie.
So it's been fun, and that was kind of what I was interested in. You know, the different options that the game could play. You know, playing the same person but with different versions of them.
Nice.
Motion capture, baby. Johnny Silverhand.
So one of the first elements that I was involved in with the game was
I
motion
love seeing
capture.
behind the scenes
I've
stuff
done
like
a
this.
fair bit of motion capture. I did it with in the Matrix films, so to start doing the motion capture for Johnny, it was all very familiar to me. The only difference, I think, technologically was how close they were going to real-time review. But creatively, it was very familiar in the sense of starting a library of gesture and the toolbox, let's say, for the animators to work with for the character.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty intense character.
So you get to see Johnny as the rock star, you know, you hear about his military past, you know, and he's fighting for his survival.
True.
So he's kind of got all of these things leading into the moment of this guy. It's really a kind of an interpretation, because I think there's a Johnny Silverhand in all of us. He's got a lot of energy. He's got a good sense of humor, if not a little dark at times. He's very passionate. He cares. You know, it's he's kind of naive, but he's also super experienced.
These
in
characters
life.
look
He's
great.
got certainly an appetite for life.
No, you're wrong.
He wants to change the world, you know? He has a cause that he wants to fight against the corpocracy.
Come on. Don't tell me you're not interested.
He's kind of looking for a different kind of freedom.
Corps have long controlled our lives, taken
Oh
lots.
my. Whoa,
And now they're after our
NSFW.
souls.
At least I believed in something bigger.
You see that
We saw it
poster?
at cost.
No, can't have that. Banned.
What CD Projekt Red has shared with me in the way that they talk about
Banned.
the game and what I've seen is that it's got a lot of freedom. There's so many different paths that you can play the game on. But it's not
Nilfgaard.
just quests
Okay.
of paths. It's like, who are you? How do you want to play the character?
If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it.
You can go into action, you can go into mystery, you can problem solve in different ways. And where you go in this world, there's so much detail, there's so many different things that you can go off into that are really interesting.
Yeah, definitely
fun.
looks like it. Yeah, this looks like a fun
There's a real
game.
drama to the game and emotional stakes to it. And then there's lighter sides to it. And of course the music,
That's an
production
ass.
design,
Okay.
technologically, how cutting edge it is. I don't think there'll be a game that looks like this. Yeah, it's intense.
Looks so, whenever we see trailers, so good. It just looks so, so good. I can't wait to be able to finally play this.
Bye-bye.
Woo, it's almost time. December 10th,
Before
ladies
we
and
get into what it
gentlemen.
was like to actually work with Keanu Reeves, was it always him that you imagined as Johnny Silverhand? Was there anybody else that you ever considered having for the role?
Yeah, Holly, it was a long, arduous, extended process to imagine what
Yeah, I
Johnny
bet.
Silverhand
Holy
is
shit.
supposed to look
So
like, what
much
he's supposed
work
to
has
sound
gone into
like, what he's
this.
supposed to act like. Everybody and their great-grandmother seemed to have an idea, and the process actually involved a lot of people: the game director, character artists, writers, marketing staff. I could go on. You know, we cast a pretty broad net initially. We considered actors. We considered enlisting actual rock stars, you know, band frontmen to play the role. At one point, we even toyed with the idea of taking and reviving a recently deceased, longtime luminary of the recording industry. Now, some might say that it was a pipe dream to assume that we could do that technologically or otherwise. Well, I'll see you that pipe dream and raise you another, because one could easily say that it was a pipe dream to assume that we could successfully pitch to and ultimately enlist Keanu Reeves to play the role.
True.
Now, I'm sure this is on everybody's mind right now, but what was it actually like to work with Keanu Reeves? Because even he said in the video, this was like nothing he'd ever done before.
I bet it was difficult at times, but
A question
good overall.
that I'm sure anybody who gets to work with Keanu has to answer, and I get where it comes from. Keanu is a consummate professional. When he's at work, he's at work. He's completely and utterly focused. To that work, he brings his talent, he brings his art, his technical skill, and overwhelming charm. And yes, the scale and the complexity were and are dazzling. Non-linearities, the variation in attitude, mood, emotion that are required to achieve them, they can be difficult to get your head around. And if you take all of Johnny Silverhand's bits, you know, his screen time, it's like doing the equivalent of many, many feature film roles put together. And we covered all that in a handful of mocap sessions and under 24 VO recording sessions of 4 to 6 hours each. And that took focus, it took control, it took dedication, all of which Keanu provided in heaps.
So tell us a little bit more about the character of Johnny Silverhand and why he's important to the story, but also why it's important to have him played by like such a powerful personality.
Okay, how do I do this without spoiling too much
Yeah,
for
don't
gamers?
spoil.
In
No
the broadest
spoilers.
sense, I'd say Johnny Silverhand is a co-protagonist of the game rather than a sidekick. I mean, there are buddy bits in the game, but in the end, Johnny has an agenda and he pursues it, and V has an agenda and has to pursue that. And to get things done, V and Johnny have to work together. Some of the things they do are V's, and some of the things they do are Johnny's, and some of them are important to both of them. That
Definitely.
Bonds gamers, I think, to both characters. Both characters'
True.
agendas become equally important. Both characters' continued existence becomes equally important. For any gamer or viewer or reader, what you have to do is create that bond between them and the protagonist or protagonists. You have to make those characters understandable to them, likable to them, lovable to them. With that understanding, even when they do something not entirely admirable or say something reprehensible, you stay committed, you stay involved, you stay bonded to them. And there's no denying casting a powerful personality, somebody who exudes charm by the truckload, helps to further all that.
Yeah.
So Boris, can you tell us, like, what does Keanu bring to Johnny Silverhand?
What Keanu brings to Johnny Silverhand is nothing more and nothing less than Keanu. I could parse that into a string of adjectives, but I kind of think that would be borderline insulting because it wouldn't begin to do him justice. To anybody who's seen the applicable movies,
That moment
Neo
was
is
crazy.
Keanu is
Him
Neo.
at E3.
John Wick is Keanu is John Wick. John Constantine, Johnny Mnemonic, Jonathan Harker, Johnny Utah, they're all Keanu. And to anyone who will play Cyberpunk 2077, Johnny Silverhand will be Keanu. To my mind, at least, star power is a fact and an important factor for broad sections of the audience out there.
So can you give us more information about the process of motion capture, right? Because we saw you in the video, you know, doing some of it, but really, how does it work?
I wish I could, Holly, but I'm really no mocap expert, and I can basically tell you what the day looked like, what the process looked like to me. To me, it was a fine day in LA, and I put on a wonky-looking bodysuit with globules all over it, and I put on the head cam, and then we proceeded to block and then play out scenes between V and Johnny, and we did it over and over and over again. As we did that, I must have poked Johnny in the chest hundreds of times, and I must have yelled "fuck off" at Johnny 35 times, you know. Well, I never expected to be doing any of that. No, I never imagined I'd be doing any of that.
Well, Boris, thank you so much for joining us. Your voice in the studio is quite iconic. So whenever I talk to you, I feel like I'm in a trailer. It's amazing.
It's not all that. It's not all that, Holly. Thank you.
Well, from Soviet-era synthesizers to body heat radio, it's time to explore the original score and just some of the radio stations you'll be listening to when you're driving around Night City.
DMCA City. Oh, hey, holy shit, that looked good.
Score is the main vessel of emotions in both movies and video games, and Cyberpunk 2077 is no different.
Yeah, the music is a huge part of the game.
It took us a long time to find the right color of the music.
Agreed.
Getting that sound together is almost as important as the actual look of the game itself, because the music is really helping you feel this emotional connection to the game.
I agree with what they're saying, yeah. Music is super important. We've seen like 4 asses in this stream.
So one of the main ideas was to take the cyberpunk genre out of the 80s and give it a 90s flair. We took elements from rave, IDM, industrial, and make them fit our narrative purposes.
Yeah.
We've
Music's
decided
super
that
important.
close to 100% of our music would be purely electronic.
That's why we tried to stick to analog synths as much as possible, so it's got a warmth to it.
I'm super proud of the team we've managed to gather for this project.
For me, it was basically my own personal aesthetic matching the aesthetic of the game. When I read the brief, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I can be myself. I can make music, and it comes from an honest place.
I love the fact that the music in this game is so varied. So we have some tracks that are super dirty, super heavy, and then we have some tracks that are very beautiful and ambient. I'm using all kinds of different effects. So it's been great to be able to experiment with the sound and the style.
Oh, she's such a good musician. Can't believe that they got her on the game. I think we already knew that she was working on the game, though. A bit back.
It's my first time actually doing any drum tracking for a video game. It's been really exciting. It's been a lot of fun.
It's all about making you feel like a perfect killing machine, because that's what you are basically.
Well, I can do that all day long, so you'll just have to tell me what you like and what you don't like.
Cool, okay. It's not going to sound like one thing, depending on what part of the city you're in.
We basically scored every quest pretty much with custom assets created specifically for that quest.
We ended up having
Awesome.
over 7.5 hours of music in Cyberpunk.
Working on Cyberpunk has just been insane. I can seriously say that I've never worked with such a bunch of mad people in my life.
Course.
Mad, brilliant.
The music's just so good for this game from what we've heard so far. Maybe besides like
we use
teaser
comes out
music,
of boutique shops or their vintage synthesizers like this Polyvox.
like the promo material music was pretty bad. But this is good.
I really hope all this effort put into creating this score pays off with satisfying and enjoyable listening
Hell
and gaming
yeah.
experience.
The music just is so important for a game, in my opinion. One of the most important elements.
Hello, Night City. What's shaking, Night City? Good morning, Night City. Your man,
Woo!
Stan here. Ooh, I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her. And now, a shout out to all the lowlifes over at the Atlantis. Ladies and gents, here's that all-time classic in Night City.
Soundtrack is one of the key elements we use to
Yeah,
build
maybe
believable
not.
world. We've invited artists from around the world, incredible
not.
talents, incredible musicians, to write and produce songs just for us for this project.
The soundtrack for Cyberpunk is insane. So the soundtrack being all the songs that they've got going on, whether it's on the radio or on the background.
Oh, it's probably
all these
massive.
Amazing bands.
We've got over 150 custom genre-bending tracks, all waiting for you to discover them by yourselves.
You know, the reason I wanted to be a part of Cyberpunk is, well, basically
It's
I know
Elon
The
Musk's
Witcher is
girlfriend.
super sick, and then I actually got to play a preview of the game, which was fucking incredible.
I've always wanted to
There
do
she
something
is.
connected to a video game, so I was pretty excited when this came in, and it was like an instant yes.
I was kind of imagining what it would be like being a character in that game. The person that's a musician in this world and this time has grew up in that space.
This isn't just some fun shit. There's also an intellectual and spiritual history to this world that's been constructed for you, you know?
We want to provide you with the soundtrack to fucking shit up. Like, how can you not want to be a part of that?
True. I mean, if you were offered the opportunity, of course you'd want to be part of it. Hell yeah. This game does have some rap. It does have some
For
rap.
those of you who can't wait to hear more from our composers, we're going to be releasing a special 6-track Cyberpunk 2077
nice.
EP featuring tracks from the game's original score onto streaming services for you to enjoy for free, and they'll be live at the end of this episode, so you
Sweet.
can give them a listen later. In addition, if you're planning on live streaming Cyberpunk, or if you just want to make videos, we want to introduce you to a new mode that will allow you to disable certain copyrighted tracks. We know that for content creators,
This is
licensed
so
music
good.
can
Good for
sometimes be
them.
problematic.
Yes.
So with this new mode, you'll be able to disable a small number of selected tracks which could cause some issues, replacing them with a different song, helping to avoid any problems.
You know what?
If you're going
Good.
to be live streaming from console, this will start automatically, but you
Good.
can toggle it on and off in the options as needed. And for PC players, you'll be able to turn it on and off in
Good
the game
for them.
options.
Good
Don't
for
forget,
them
as with
actually
all
caring.
episodes of Night City Wire, if you're tuning in late or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. Now, from Polish to Chinese. When Cyberpunk launches, it will have VO in 10 different languages. So we're going to take a closer look at the Jali technology, which is ensuring each and every one is as authentic as possible.
So hi, my name is Sarah Watling. I am the CEO of Jali Research in Toronto, Ontario. In this video, we're going to show you a little bit about Jali, the software, and Jali in action within the world of Cyberpunk 2077.
Maintenant, tu vas répondre à mes questions honnêtement, sans détour.
Rayfield's mine.
Whoa, stop yelling at me in
Jolly
different
is a suite of
languages.
tools and a suite of services that result in what we think is the coolest and best and highest quality facial performance on characters.
Oh. Is that supposed to sound familiar?
It's automatically generated on a face based on audio dialogue, audio speech from
Better
a
be
voice
good.
actor.
That's all I can
Slow,
say.
deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers. Nothing
It
happened.
seems pretty good. I hate when games the
What
lips
Jolly
don't
tries
match
to
up
do
with the
is he tries to
words.
get to the root of what is being expressed.
It ruins the immersion.
And put that on a 3D character.
That's Rogue.
Good, as long as it's it seems pretty decent from what we've seen.
Just an incredible amount of performance in this game.
Sure.
A procedural solution allows you to animate over and over and over again at tremendous scale. Jolly is what powers every single character
All
in
right.
the game of Cyberpunk 2077
Nice.
in all of the languages that the game has been localized for.
Ahora escúchame.
Good.
Este mierdas de Anthony Gilchrist. ¿Es tu contacto? Hat Infos zum Konvoi durchsickern lassen?
All you're doing is changing
I like
an
that character
attribute.
design.
For example, speech style.
That's
if you
pretty
want
good.
your character to shout instead of mumble, instead of issuing a set of commands that redo the animation, instead you click an attribute going from, in this case, mumble to shout.
But you walk. You breathe, but you walk. You breathe, but you walk.
Whoa.
You breathe.
If the lip sync is right, you don't notice. If the faces match and match the performance, you don't notice because you're too busy paying attention to how awesome the game is,
Right,
how much you care
true.
about these characters, what
True.
you're gonna do, and that's what we want. That to me is that's the sizzle.
Yeah.
Don't you know you owe the sheriff a word when you pay his town a visit? To tell him what's brought you.
Oh my, the sheriff.
Maybe even over a cup of coffee.
Oh my, the sheriff, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we're excited to reveal digital and in-game rewards for Cyberpunk 2077. It's our way of saying thank you for your support.
Hype.
Now, every copy of the
Oh,
game
no.
comes with digital downloadable goodies such as the art book, the original score,
Okay, you turn
and
more.
a digital comic, all from the Cyberpunk
I'm gonna move my
universe.
face real quick.
But there's more.
Oh, never
You
mind.
can also claim in-game items for Cyberpunk 2077. For example, you could be rocking the Wolf School jacket for simply connecting the game to your GOG account. And if you have other CD Projekt Red games, such as The Witcher,
Nice!
or
I have
Gwent,
The Witcher,
you can
yeah.
get even more.
I got all
and
that.
It works both ways. If you connect the game to your GOG account, you can also
nice.
unlock special in-game items for Gwent, the Witcher card game, such as the samurai-inspired card and coin back, and the breathtaking title.
Oh shit.
Now, this new My Reward program is for everybody. No matter which platform you're playing Cyberpunk on, you'll be able to get your digital goodies and in-game items. Now, this is just the beginning.
Nice.
And there'll be more items
All
coming
right.
in the future.
I'm down
and
for
we'll
that.
have more information on My Rewards soon. As always, don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. So before we take a look at that new gameplay trailer, we just want to reveal that a number of games media from all over the world have been playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Where's
and
mine?
You'll be able to read their latest impressions when this episode of Night City Wire
No.
finishes, so you can go and check
Where's
them out.
mine though?
So now, let's wrap up
All
this
right.
episode and take a look at that brand new gameplay trailer.
10-second trailer.
They got a lock on us. Engine's been hit.
Get us out of here.
I'm losing control.
At CD Projekt Red, we dedicate ourselves to telling immersive stories. Yet with every new project, we set out to make our games bigger, more complex, deeply engaging.
Come on, V. Let's get you home.
Cyberpunk 2077 marries exploration of a vast open world with kinetic combat, story-changing player choices, and robust character development, all to bring you into our vision of the dark future.
You ever feel like the city doesn't give you a choice? You
Yeah.
either burn alive in it, or you never existed at all.
Yeah.
The year is 2077. An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces. With most of the continent degenerating into lawless war zones, people from all over have converged on the already overcrowded Night City, one of the world's last great megalopolises. A hub amassing the best in resources and know-how, and home to manufacturers of cutting-edge technologies, Night City continues to offer the promise of a civilized future.
What? No, this isn't happening. Oh, but it is.
But in the city streets, a merciless struggle for power rages. Gangs, corporate agents, hustlers, religious cultists, politicians, and all manner of criminals strive to outplay one another. Ordinary people get caught in the crossfire.
Looking for justice. In Night City, I seek revenge. Much more feasible here.
Okay.
In this world, consumed by never-ending conflict, sometimes only an outsider will get the job done.
Elizabeth tells me you have answers for us. I'm all ears.
And that's you, an urban mercenary, a cyber-enhanced gun for hire.
You seem to understand each other. Take this, too.
As a mercenary, you swear no allegiance. You've chosen the outlaw life and trust that your abilities will carry you up Night City's ruthless, underground social ladder.
Heart of Night City. That's it right there.
To thrive as a merc, you need the right combination of gear, skills, and reputation.
Dex had a lot to say about you. I hope he wasn't overselling.
With the money you earn,
Hey there.
you can turn yourself into a living weapon, buying guns and enhancements in the hundreds.
I don't know how I feel about the music though. It's not
As
the
you roam the
worst.
city streets, you gain the experience you need to upgrade abilities and acquire perks. Combine the right skills and gear to create a gunslinger with inhuman reflexes.
Shit.
A
One
stealthy
shot,
netrunner
baby.
with command of all surrounding tech.
Aim assist.
Or practically anyone in between.
Okay.
In Cyberpunk 2077, you steal a prototype biochip that can set you up for life.
Being filthy rich.
When its sealed container is ruptured, the only way to prevent the biochip from failing is to slot it into your head. It turns out it contains the digitized soul of Johnny Silverhand, a dead rocker boy with violence on his mind.
Hell
There's an
yeah.
actual terrorist in my head right now.
He's out for
Those are
revenge.
kind of spoilers
Aims
though,
to bring
aren't
down
they?
the megacorp that made the chip.
Kinda.
Whatever it takes to stop him, defeat
We
him,
didn't know
gut him.
that.
What is in your head can shift the balance of power
I
in Night City.
mean-
The high and mighty will do anything to lay their hands
Something
on it.
that important, you think you'd want to wait to find out in the story that he's actually dead?
Told you I'd end you someday.
And that he's not actually alive, so he's not actually like
The
a...
choices you make
Okay.
will shape your
Eh.
story and determine how events unfold.
V, you gotta take him down. That's why we're here.
But not everything in Night City is a
Okay.
matter of life and death. Sometimes it's about style, choosing your look, your ride, your pastime, who's at your side. Choosing how you spend your dirty money.
No, we didn't know that. We thought we thought that, but it was never actually confirmed. I mean, hey, it was what it is.
Welcome to the next generation of open world adventure. Immerse yourself in
All right,
Cyberpunk
guys.
2077.
Immerse yourself in the year 2077. All right, guys. That was a pretty good event. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That was a pretty decent event. All right. So, yeah. I'm gonna move my face back for a minute. That was a pretty decent event. Also, I don't know if you guys care at all, but there's Twitch drops on Twitch if you guys care. It just popped up on the right side of my screen. Can you buy Coke in the game? Probably. Yeah, that was easily the best Night City Wire event in my opinion, guys. We've seen a couple of Night City Wire events now. There's been 5. this is probably the best. And let's just keep in mind that the last one, even though we thought it was going to be the last Night City Wire, they didn't say that it was the last Night City Wire, and we were supposed to get the game like 3 weeks after that. But this one, they confirmed it's the last one. Game's releasing December 10th. So, you know, I'm actually feeling pretty confident that the game is going to fully launch at this point on December 10th. I've been a little bit worried over the past couple of, weeks, just since the last, you know, the last event, the last delay. I think that we've all been quite worried about the game not launching on December 10th, but I'd say I'm pretty confident that it's going to release on December 10th now. I mean, they've done their best to get this game out. They really have. So I think that it's going to release December 10th, but that was by far the best Night City Wire we've seen. We saw some information about Johnny Silverhand. We saw some gameplay trailers. We saw some of the music. It was really great to hear that they are doing a DMCA mode, basically. On YouTube, DMCA doesn't matter the most. It's definitely not like you get your account banned, because most of the time people just claim the revenue instead of taking your video down and giving you a strike. But I still think that was kind of a shot at Twitch, just because of everything that's going on with the DMCA mode thing. But I think that it was smart of them to let content creators know, hey, you are definitely going to be in our thoughts, and we have already made a DMCA free mode, basically, so people don't have to mute the music in the background. And I think that was really good on them, to make a non-DMCA mode, basically. December 10th, 2077, true, probably. But that was really great. Calling it now not releasing on December 10th, you know, I've been pretty skeptical. I've said since the last delay it wasn't going to release on December 10th, and I'm still going to uphold that guess that it's not going to release on December 10th. But seeing this event, seeing them put a date on it, makes me feel a little bit more confident in it, but I still have that worry that the game's not going to release on December 10th. But yeah, everyone in chat, let me know your thoughts about this Night City Wire on a scale of 1 to 12. What were your thoughts on this Night City Wire? Was it the best in your opinion? Was it the worst in your opinion? I'm going to just chat with you all for a few minutes before I end the stream. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty damn good event, to be honest. Also, guys, I don't know if they've posted it on Twitter yet that it's up, but they did say after this event, there was going to be a soundtrack up. There was going to be 6 different tracks going up. I don't know if I can find it right now for you guys. I'm going to try quickly, though. But they said that after this event, they were going to put up 6 different tracks on a soundtrack list. So I don't know if I can find it, though. I don't know if they have yet. Yeah, I don't think that they have yet. But when they do post the list of the 6 tracks, I'll post it in Discord for you guys. So if you're not already part of the Discord, please make sure to join it. We're very active there. I do tag you all when I go live in case YouTube doesn't notify you. I will post the link in the chat. But when I see that soundtrack list, I will post it for you guys in case you want to listen to it. And probably not during our Spider-Man streams, but during our probably Friday night FPS stream, I will I'll play the soundtrack for you guys so you all can listen. So we can listen to it. Which gender are you playing, Vera? Female. I almost always play females in games. Sometimes I'll play a male. For Cyberpunk, I'll probably play both. My on-stream character will be a female, but my off-stream character will be a male. Because I want to play the 3 different, like, factions. So I'll probably do my main as a female, my secondary class / character as a male, and then I'll go from there. But yeah, female and then male. I thought that was pretty good. The music seems better knowing it's more than hip-hop. You know, I'm still kind of torn on the music because I think that a lot of the music is pretty fucking good for this game. But so far, there's been just a couple of tracks that have been bad. I'm not a huge rap person, so for someone that likes rap, they definitely might enjoy those songs. But I'm not a rap person, and I think that some of the rap in this game definitely so far has been good. It hasn't been bad so far. I just think that there are a couple tracks that are pretty bad. Can we please stop spamming the chat with these things? Thank you. But yeah, I think that some of the rap's been okay. Most of it's been kind of bad. Some of it's okay though. Pretty good stream though, to be honest. Pretty good event. I really liked it. I thought that it was the best one by far, honestly. 11, even when I started to get nervous about where something was going, it kept good. Very true. I think they have to release it on December 10th, ready or not. You know, like, I almost agree with that because, like I had said at the beginning, the new consoles are out. They want their game to sell a shit ton of copies. And to do that, they have to release the game now, I guess. I think that no matter what, they're going to get huge sales, but I think that they will also see an increase with people trying to get the consoles. Vera, are you streaming today? So I'm streaming right now. Tonight, I will be streaming Spider-Man Miles Morales, so if you're watching this live tonight, 8 p.m. No, not 8 p.m. Eastern, 7:30. I've been moving my streams to 7:30. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be here live streaming Spider-Man Miles Morales. We may finish the game. I was watching another playthrough to see where we were. We're not... We might be able to finish the game tonight. We should be able to finish it. Hopefully. Which system are you playing it on? So, I am going to be live streaming Cyberpunk 2077 Day 1... Cyberpunk launch day. I'll be here streaming it all day long. I'm going to be doing an afternoon stream on that day, probably 1 p.m. Eastern on Cyberpunk launch day. I'll be here streaming it because I think it's going to be a normal midnight release, I believe. I don't think that they're releasing it at a special time. Like Call of Duty, they release at like 1 p.m. Eastern, 12. So like I don't know. I think that it's just going to be a midnight release though. But Cyberpunk launch day, I will be here streaming it day 1. I'm going to be streaming it on PC. I did pre-order it on PC, and I also do have a Series X copy. I'm mostly going to be streaming. I'm mostly going to be playing my Series X copy off stream. I'm just going to be streaming Cyberpunk through the PC version. But I will definitely be able to update you. I'll tell you how Cyberpunk runs on the Series X. Yes, I've already bought 2 copies of Cyberpunk 2077. I don't have an addiction to CD Projekt Red games. No, I don't own The Witcher like 6 times over. No. I don't own the base version of Witcher and also the Game of the Year edition with all of the extra content on each platform that it launched on. No, not me. Not me. 24-hour stream. A Cyberpunk launch day probably won't be a 24-hour stream, but it's probably going to be the longest stream I've ever done on the channel. It's probably going to be like a 10-hour stream. Maybe. Maybe I'll do like 5 hours, take an hour break, and then another 5 hours. But it's not going to be 24 hours, but it's going to be a long stream. And plus, once Cyberpunk launches on December 10th, as long as it launches on December 10th, 2077, I'll be playing it every day. So, yeah. Starting on launch day, it's basically there on out Cyberpunk for the rest of my streaming career. I think there's some deal going on where they have to release now. Either it's by the console companies or investors. Well, so we don't know if there's anything like that. Like I said, I think that the investors and the high-ups at the company really want them to release the game now. First of all, for the holiday rush, because they're still going to be able to sell their holiday copies of the game. And you also have the new consoles on top of it. So I think that they want to hit the new console rush and the holiday rush. I think that both of those together just makes it so they want to release the game as fast as possible. Investors, the high-ups at the company want it released now. now. Sorry that I won't watch. I'll be playing it. Come on, you can at least stop in and say hi, Ethan. Okay, you don't gotta play hard to get. You can at least stop by and say hi. 10 hours. I mean, who knows how long it'll be. Who knows how long the stream will be on Cyberpunk launch day, but I do know I am going to be starting early in the afternoon on launch day. I want to make sure that that I check what time it's releasing. I'm gonna assume it's going to be a midnight release, but like I said, there are some companies like Activision Blizzard where they'll launch their games in the afternoon, but I think it's gonna be a midnight release. Sold out probably. Huh? What's sold out? Am I the only one not hyped for this game? Have the feeling it's going to be a major disappointment. No, you're definitely not the only person that is very worried about the game. There are definitely a lot of people who are extremely worried about the game. And I mean, I'll be honest, to an extent, I'm extremely worried about the game just because they've hyped it up so much. I mean, the last game that got this much hype was like No Man's Sky. Holy shit. No Man's Sky had so much hype around it and it turned out to be such a flop. So, I mean, yeah, the last game to have this much hype was, okay, maybe The Last of Us Part 2, but No Man's Sky was out of this world with hype. Oh my gosh. Last of Us 2 as well, so we'll count that in. Both of the two most hyped up games over the past few years have been flops. I mean, Last of Us Part 2 still did really well, but for a lot of people it was a flop. But yeah, I think that there are definitely people out there that have worries, and like I said, to an extent, I have worries about the game as well, but I'm going to go into it with an open mind, lots of excitement. You have to be excited about something, and even though on this channel, I do talk about a lot of industry news that unfortunately isn't very positive, I do also stream games because at the heart of it, I'm a gamer. I love this industry. I want this industry to thrive. I want to support good games, and I want to give games chances that maybe other people aren't. But yeah, that's all that I really had to discuss during this live stream. I live streamed the CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077 Night City Wire Episode 5. That was the final episode for the Night City Wire events. So you guys, if you're looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077 on Cyberpunk launch day, I will be here live streaming it day one. Do I remember the names of the factions? No. Do I know which faction I'm going for? Yes. But do I remember the name? No. And I'm sure a lot of you in chat don't either. Make sure to join our Discord if you are not already part of it. We are very active there. I do tag you all when I go live in case YouTube doesn't notify you. You can keep up to date with games that I'm playing, my plans for future titles. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're here and you're not subscribed. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Subscribe. Consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you all for stopping by for the final episode of Night City Wire. I will be in Discord chatting with you all about this event, so if you want to come and chat about this event, hop into Discord. Very active there, like I said. But thank you all so much for stopping by. Have a great day, everyone. And if you're watching this live, I'll be streaming tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a good afternoon, everyone.